Sorry, starting late. We had some technical issues, but we are here for
TNTM The Show presents Comicast number 296. Is that correct?
Yep.
With your host,
Pablo Gunne.
And I'm JD, and we are talking nerdy to me, and we are here to talk nerdy to you about the comics for the week of July 26, 2017.
Yes, sirree.
And we have our own grading scale here. Buy, skim, pass with variations on buy and skim. Strong buy, weak buy, strong skim, weak skim. And then we have a pass for a pass, which rarely happens. And we have our best book of the week. It's called
The Back and Bag of the Week.
Or the B-Bow. We'll have runners-up and contenders for that position, but it is a coveted title, and we'll tell you ours at the end of the show.
Yes.
And when we review comics, we have a 2-minute timer. Both of us are going through. 1 minute if one of us is going through it. And we have a tone that goes along with that timer. And Pablo here has got that tone.
This is what I'm going with this time.
I know what this is.
So, yeah, there it is.
Yeah. So tell him what that tone is. He'll hook you up.
Yes, indeed, I will. So, do we have any other? Oh, spoilers.
Yeah,
spoiler alert. You know, we're reviewing these books, so there's going to be some spoilers. I don't feel like we spoil too much. We do when we do the B-Bow and the runner-up.
I don't know, man.
We go more in depth.
There's a couple of good spoilers this week, man.
So, is there anything else that we had going on?
I don't think we've had any major releases recently. Anything new in gaming?
Just the regular stuff. You know, I think we still have. For now, we still have Until Dawn.
Yeah.
And
which all this will change on Tuesday.
Whatchamacallit? What's the other one? Game of Thrones. Yeah. The Telltale Game of Thrones game. That's the other one that is available right now.
Next month's stuff will be available on Tuesday, the 1st. And I cannot remember what it is. Oh, Just Cause 3 is one of them. That's what I remember.
Oh, for
PlayStation.
For PlayStation? Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to play that because the wife wanted to play it.
Yeah, for sure.
So, yeah, we'll see how that goes. Any movies that come out? Is anything you've seen recently?
Kong. I saw Kong.
Skull Island.
I did see Kong. It was pretty solid. A lot of people were complaining like, oh, there's no character development with the characters. And I'm like, is that why you go see Kong?
Yeah, you kind of go see it.
Don't you go see it for Kong?
Like you see a Godzilla movie to see Godzilla.
Yeah, I'm like, there wasn't enough character development with Godzilla. And you're like, is that a thing?
Godzilla's got character? I mean, he did back in the 70s and 80s because, well, it was a guy in a suit. But
yeah. But I'm just saying, like, it just, to me, that does not make sense to me.
Especially when Godzuki came out.
So,
yeah. I can't think of anything else.
No, me either. Moving. So yeah, let's go ahead and get started with these books, okay?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Did we actually do the tone?
Yeah.
We didn't.
We did the tone?
Yeah, we did the tone. Okay.
It's from a classic game.
Anyways, so I'm gonna start off with The Legend of Korra Turf Wars Part 1. This is published by Dark Horse, of course, with Nickelodeon. We have and it is Michael Tino, which is one of the guys that created it. Art by Irene Coe, colors by Vivian NG. So I'm going to be honest, I actually didn't read this whole thing. I read half of it, but it's so spot on. Like, the art is perfect. It goes so well with the show. The characters are spot on. It picks up almost exactly like where we left off, which is the kiss and them going on their little vacation in the spirit world. It was very easy to get back into. It was very nice to get back into. So they go on their little vacation. They have a little montage of them like doing, adventures and stuff. And then there's a god there's a spirit that is pissed. That's like, oh yeah, you shouldn't open them up and stuff, and you should keep them separate. So they leave, and then turns out that where the portal was made, it was on this guy's property. So he's like, oh, I'm going to turn this into an amusement park, make money out of it. And she's like, you can't do that. This is a spirit, entrance. Like, you can't monetize it and stuff. And then you see the brothers, and they're with police and doing stuff. Now there are these turf wars going on, but there's also it's turf wars in multiple ways, like the humans and the spirits, and all this stuff going on. And there's also like the relationship going on, like their relationship. They work it out pretty well. It's not like hardcore. There's not like any scissoring going on, unfortunately, but they handle it well. Like, they're still, they talk about the relationship openly. They do kiss, so it's handled really well. I think because it's Dark Horse, they're able and willing to go there, whether if it was Marvel, no way.
I don't know, man. We got some DC later that's got some similar properties.
I mean, maybe, but I just feel like I'm surprised that Nickelodeon is even doing this.
Yeah, they would. I don't know. We'll see.
But yeah, it's really great. Like I said, I love it so far. I can't wait to read more. I want to read previous stuff, like the other, because I heard that there's also like connectors between this the Korra stuff and the Aang stuff. So I want to check that stuff out. But this is great. I think this is phenomenal so far. So I give it a strong buy, even though I didn't finish reading it. Like reading it half of it.
Lettered by Crank, okay, and party. I mean, interdimensional cable part 3. So it's just going through a bunch of skits. I mean, if you're familiar with Rick and Morty, you're familiar with this concept. They did a sequel. They did it once. They did a sequel. It was great, and they did it again. It was fantastic. So it's just them flipping through some channels. Yeah, I mean, even good Zorpazort Field comes back. I mean, it's just on our group. So if you really want to check it out, check out the preview that we posted in the Talk Nerdy to Me group. But I mean, it's got like late night shows, some parodies of that. I mean, it's pretty twisted. Like, there's a Ninja Warrior thing going on, and then the contestant just gets eaten out of nowhere. I mean, the guy somebody else that got killed with a giraffe. Killed by giraffe. I mean, it's just way the heck out there. I can say that I really am not a fan of the art. However, the storytelling is just spot on. It's great. So, in all honesty, I will give it a buy, just because I don't like the art. Other than that, it looks fantastic. I mean, they have Pokemon parodies. I mean, wow. I did not expect this comic to be so strange. But then again, it
is Rick and Morty.
Yeah, it is Rick and Morty.
I don't know. I feel weird about Rick and Morty, or just like shows in general, like becoming comics, because they are, especially certain ones, especially that one. Like, the voices are such a instrumental part of the show. And it's so weird, too, that I'm like, can you capture that in a comic?
Well, you can capture the weird in the comic, but the art style is different. So instead of emulating the show like they should, they're kind of going with their own thing. And maybe that's just a Rick and Morty from another dimension,
Yeah.
So, all right. Next up, we have the Action Comics. Action.
Yes.
What number is that?
984.
We have my Dan Jurgens patch. Zurcher did the art. Hi-Fi did the colors, and Rob Lee did the letters. And the last time we saw our group of heroes, they were sucked into the Phantom Zone, along with the Eradicator and Cyborg Superman.
Highway to the Phantom Zone. Right? That's how it goes?
Something like that. Anyway, Superman loses the blind thing that's affecting him. So that's pretty cool. So he can see again. That's awesome.
No, it's Portal 2 to the Phantom Zone. That's what it is. But yeah, they get teleported to there, and Zod just takes over and becomes this giant. I mean, he's always a giant a-hole, but he just forces them to be like, do thy bidding, you know.
Yeah, you're going after these people. Kiss my ass.
Blink, create a romantic link. He knocks Mongol into space.
Yeah. You want to build a new world? Let me help you get started.
John takes over the suit,
little bat suit,
and fights Zod.
Yep.
Supergirl helps too. Yeah, it's freaking crazy. And then there's a fight also going on in the
Phantom Zone.
In the Phantom Zone, it is Zod, his wife, and
Ursa.
Zod's wife.
Ursa.
Yeah.
And a little one.
Yes.
Zod. What's his name? Zod Lore?
His son.
Is that what they call him? Zod Lore?
So it's pretty crazy. They even Crypto goes after him, which I like Crypto the wolf more than Crypto the dog.
Yeah.
But
I mean, dude, this is just brutal, man. I mean, they're all fighting and, you know, yeah.
But yeah, there's somebody that was talking to John in the suit. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, well, yes, we do. That is Mr. Oz. They even showed it in the comic.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
That's Mr. Oz.
Ozymandias?
Yes, Mr. Oz.
Okay. Cool. Spoiler alert. We said that.
Well, no, that's who the guy in the cloak has been the entire time. We've seen him since the beginning of New 52.
Well, he keeps on showing up. Yeah, I didn't know who it was.
He's got Doomsday. He's got Robin. I mean, he's a big factor in this, and nobody knows.
So this is really interesting because now you have the opposing families. You not just, hey, before it was just Zod and Superman, now it's Zod's family and Superman's family.
Yeah.
So that's really cool.
So I wonder if Lana's going to take the place of Lois. Like in the family.
Oh, like because she has the powers.
Yeah, she has abilities.
Oh, I guess.
Unless they bring back the Lois that has superpowers. Or get the Lois that has superpowers to merge with Lois that doesn't have superpowers. Yeah, who the hell knows?
Yeah, we'll see if it continues further with that.
But it's only got a few months to go because in November, was it October or November? We're getting the Doomsday Clock.
But this one, what do we give this one?
I mean, this one?
I think it's a strong buy.
It's a strong buy. It's contender. Yeah. It's great.
It is fantastic.
I love it. I love it. I like it a lot. Alrighty. Next up, you got some Cable.
Yes, I do have Cable, number 3. It is James Robinson as the writer, Carlos Pacheco with Tony Silas as pencilers, then Rafael Fronteris with Tony Silas as inkers, and then Jesus Abertov with Federico Blee and Dono Sanchez Almara as colorists. So yeah, so he ended up in the Mayan times, and they have like these awesome wings that are all teched out and look all like digital and stuff, and they attack him, but he wrecks them. So like last time he was having trouble, now he's just wrecks everybody, and they show you like this great Mayan civilization and how they've had a connection to these gods. The gods are actually the Eternals, I think, or the ones that they actually,
not the Deviants, but the Eternals.
Yes. Those are the ones that the Mayans, and then he shows him like the Mayan calendar. He's like, oh, this is a little bit different than the other one. And he's looking for this time sword and stuff where this guy has already had parts of. And so then he has to climb this giant temple to the top to get the piece or to get to the portal. And he, like I said, he just messes these dudes up. And I'm like, he's taking on like this whole army and he's just messing them up. And I'm like, what happened to like any threat? Like he got messed up in the first issue and like they didn't seem that hardcore. And then in this one, like the threat seems like it's getting bigger, but it's less at the same time. You know what I mean? Like you're facing a big old army, these Mayan Aztecs that have like these wings and these weapons, but you're still walking all over them. Yeah, when you got beat pretty easy before, kind of. You know what I mean? Like I don't really get it.
He ate a bowl of Wheaties. That's what's up.
So I don't really like that. Like this, there was no
threat level. There was no drama, suspense.
Yeah, I was like, there was no suspense because I was like, oh, he's just beating these dudes. He's taking them out real easy, you know. Like it's so I don't really like that. And then you know he teleports to another place. So I don't know if I'm gonna keep picking this up. I just Like, it's not bad, but it's not great.
You should probably give it 1 or 2 more issues
So
you can fill out that first arc.
Probably, yeah.
And then see how it goes. And then you're like, okay, well, I don't really.
So yeah, it's I would say it's a buy because it's not bad. Like the art looks phenomenal. And storytelling isn't horrible. It's just missing that element. You know. So and here's a digital code because we give all the codes away. F for Familia, Z for Zorro, M for Marcos 1, K for Kilo, P for Pablito, X for Javier. That's Xavier 1. W for Huerita, B for Barrio, P for Pablito, R for Rigoberto.
I'll take that, my friend. Next up, we got some Detective Comics.
Detective.
What number is that?
964.
James Dinon IV is the writer. Alvaro Martinez is the penciler. Raul Fernandez is the inker. And Brad Anderson did the colors. There we go.
Yes, sir. So once again,
we
flashback.
Zatanna showing Bruce this
young Bruce.
Yep. This little artifact. I still haven't quite got why Bruce wants to use this artifact.
Just because he wants to know everything. You know him. He's all about, like, I have to know everything. I have to have all the knowledge.
Oh, I know why. The button. He wants to figure out about the button.
So, yeah, so it was great, though. I like that stuff because it was, like,
he gets
her impressing him and stuff. The dad shows up, yeah.
And then, is that Ra's al Ghul?
Yes. The dad was meeting with Ra's al Ghul.
Or Ra's al Ghul.
Yes. And yeah, but it's weird. And then you also have like this weird battle going on inside of Jean Paul's head. Yeah. Or something. And the suit like is taking over the other suits.
Azrael versus Batwing and Batwoman and
Cassandra.
Orphan.
Orphan, yes.
And this army of bat suits that are just, going after something in Gotham.
And then Batman and Zatanna show up, which is pretty awesome. And
Zatanna just says, go to sleep.
Yeah, like she just fixes it. Heal, or backwards, of course. I love that. And everything. I love the slow character development they're doing this into, like with Cassandra, and they're like, wait, was that a full sentence? And she's like, I'm learning Shakespeare. Yeah.
And then we have them going to put Azrael in this really weird suit that is supposed to cancel out the other insane person or whatnot.
Yes, the god entity that is going mad or whatever.
If you know anything about Jean-Paul Vallée, then you know what this suit looks like.
Yeah, it looks sick. I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Should I post it in the group?
I think I've seen it on the interwebs already. Okay. But yeah, I think it's cool.
I will actually post it in the group right now.
I'm going to say you gave it a strong buy and a contender.
I actually gave it a strong buy and a contender, yes. Same
here. It's phenomenal. It looks great. It's really interesting. Like I said, character development, even though there's a lot of action, it's really good, solid stuff. So I am going to move on to pack list number 3. I'm surprised these are coming out so quickly. Yeah, so frequently. It is Dustin Weaver. He does everything. And because he does everything.
A single person does everything?
He's an artist. So that being said, there are some stories that are they're just told or mostly told by the art. And so there's a little missing in
dialogue.
Yeah, especially and some of it's made that way on purpose, and you're just it's just thrown in there and you're like, okay, this is all right. So yeah. So there's a little thing explaining this relationship, and then it goes into these other two characters, a mom and daughter, they're stealing this painting and stuff, and they're getting away and stuff. And then it goes into Amnesia Cycle Chapter 3 that does a great, huge recap page, and then goes into it, and it actually includes the mom and daughter in this story as well. And I was like, what does that have to do with anything? Okay, it shows up later. And then so this lady who ends up on this binary planet, it's these planets that are connected. It's really cool. And so they're like, oh, you think that you and these aliens, it's just about you, but there's other aliens out there, you guys just That's all you guys care about is your wars and stuff. And then yeah, it's you're just the other girl, Amnia. She's actually on this planet too, and that's who she's looking for. And so she's talks to this guy and stuff, and then there's this other story that's you have to turn it sideways for, and it reads the other way, and
reads landscape.
Yeah, and that was really interesting and cool, and just about how this guy does like all these crazy experiments.
Dude, that's some sick art, man.
The art is really amazing. Most of it is black and white, or it has like different hues and stuff. Yeah, like and then it's great because in the back it has this story about he had cancer as a kid, and he was like he liked DC and he liked Marvel, but there was a lot of previous story stuff. There was no starting.
Yeah, he had to sift through years and years of history to get understanding what was going on.
Yeah. And so he said he really loved it when Image started because it was brand new and it was a fresh start for a lot of things. And so because he had cancer, they were able to go to Disneyland for free. And while they were in California, his parents set up this meeting with his favorite artist and one of the new creators, Jim Lee, and Jim Lee showed him everything. And so pretty much this thing inspired him. I mean, he already wanted to be an artist, but this is what really got him to go, like, I'm beating this, and this is what I'm doing for life, for my job, you know?
Awesome.
And so, like, that story alone puts it up, you know? Like, I was going to say that it...
So it's a super strong buy?
No, but because there's some parts that where I'm like, it could have worked a little better with a little dialogue, you know, or like this could have been a little bit better somehow, but like visually, I don't think it could be any better, you know, or so there's that. But the other way is just, yeah. So I probably would have said like strong buy, but not a contender, but it's a contender with that extra stuff just because it's like,
hits you in the feels.
Boom. It has heart.
Next up, we got some Spider-Gwen number 22. Jason Latour is the writer. Ravi Rodriguez and Jorge Coelho. Okay. And are the artists Rico Renzi and Lauren Appie, the color artist. And Clayton Gowles, of course, does the letters.
Of course.
Like normal.
So, yeah, this is, all right, so it's these two people, and they're actually there to visit Captain Stacy.
Yeah.
And they have a nice little moment because they're like, George, and he's like, George, that's like such a normal name. Like, it's so weird to hear his first name. But he is just a normal dude, and then they find, like, he
got his butt whooped.
To say the least. He looks like he's beaten to death.
Then we have Wolverine.
Then there's Shadowcat, and she's holding Gwen hostage, or you know, she's holding her,
using
and
her as a shield.
She's letting
the lizard
Logan unleash on the lizard, and she's like, you know, you can't do this. Harry didn't choose to become this, but I think he kind of did.
What was it?
So she's like, all right, fine, you know, and she lets her loose, and then she gives a call to Reed Richards, and has a little quick talk with him, and then she fights Logan.
Yep.
And so they fight, and then she does what she has to do. She uses the
little crystal thingies,
her powers to take out the.
Is it a symbiote?
The symbiote, yes.
Dude, I did never notice that. Wow.
Yeah. So, it's really crazy though, because it ends with like this moment of like, oh my gosh, I think we're finally gonna get Spider-Gwenum, but at the same time, you see what's happened to her dad, and you're like, oh, that really brings you like. It really brings you down. Like emotional. It goes like, yes, I'm hyped up, and then you see that, and you're like, oh crap. And I love that comics can do that to you, like these high highs and these low lows, like, and so like that, like it's literally like from one page to the next or one panel to the next. It's insane. So,
thought it was pretty good. I really didn't like the art so much. I'm not sure why. It just felt a little bit different than what I normally see. I don't know.
I thought it still worked. I still loved it. I felt like it meshed pretty well. Like, I mean, yes, there is another artist, or yeah, there's color artist and another artist on this, right?
Yeah.
So
I'm actually going to give
that's
it a
why. But
the story was great, but I just didn't like the art. So.
I still give it a strong buy.
All right,
and a contender.
So tell us what you think. Here's the digital code: F for fantastic, C for chameleon, M for mayhem, G for Godzilla, J for Julian, K for Kingpin, Z for Zed, U for Uru, the number 2, J for Julian, I for Indigo, and R for Richter.
Did you read Turtles?
Yes, I did.
Yes. Okay. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles number 72. It's $3.99, published by IDW. I got this cool raft cover.
Story by Kevin Eastman, Bobby Curnow,
yes,
and Tom Waltz did the story as well. Script is by Tom Waltz. The art's by David Watcher, and the colors by Rhonda Pattison, and the letters by Sean Lee.
So this picks up exactly where it left off. They've been found out in this little pantheon hall of all these immortals, and
these really freaks, man.
And so
they're pissed.
You know, then it jumps over to the other. It's a flashback to the Turtles going, "Hey, we need your help getting into this pantheon."
Yeah.
So essentially, they rig the Phantom suits so they can use them, but also some teleportation gear so they can get into there because they have the location. And then it goes back and they're like, oh, now they're on the run, which that's what the Baxter Stockman said. He said, you know what? I know you guys are going to get found out because that's just going to happen. They're like, we're ninjas. Come on.
Yeah.
And so this pantheon, they attack them and stuff. Obviously, Kitsune, because she's straight up evil bee.
Yeah.
But all of them attack because they're like, hey, this is a sacred thing. And so they're on the run. And all the while, like, some of them are getting teleported out because he's having a difficulty getting to them. And
they get down to Mikey because Mikey's the last one.
Mikey had his transponder, they call it, but teleporter device was damaged, so he can't get through. And it's crazy. It's really intense because at every moment that like they're about to get killed or crushed or messed up, they get teleported out. It's really fantastically done.
Great suspense.
And I was really, really scared. Yeah, phenomenal suspense. I was really, really scared for Mikey the most though, because I was like, he's done. Like,
yeah, he's
because they didn't explain the science like of how it works. Like, you can only teleport out or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, because you never saw him got teleported in.
Yeah.
And they didn't really talk about that because they're like, oh, well, we can get in, but we need, you know, they didn't. So they didn't get into the specifics. So
Leo goes back and brings Mikey back, and yeah.
So, but they're like, well, what was the point of this? Like, what did you guys do? And he's like, we got a lot of information. That's what it was. Like the issue before this, just a lot of
reconnoitering
exposition about these characters. But yeah, so now we're going forward. We're going to be going into the space stuff, the Dimension X. I think.
Yeah.
I heard they're going to be doing like more Triceraton stuff. And,
Dimension X.
And all that. So yeah. This was phenomenal. I love this issue. It was really intense. Like I said, suspense was there. I was so like, oh my God, so many great moments. Really, like I said, it was a roller coaster.
I hadn't read it in a while. I was kind of lost a little bit, but man, it looked great. It just kept me suspended kept me in suspense.
Suspended animation.
I liked it, man. It was great. So strong buy for me.
Yeah, and I'm jacked off for what's coming. So yeah, strong buy contender for me.
Here's your other contender that you got over there. Oh. Next up, you got some Captain America.
Captain America. Sam Wilson. It kind of bugs me that it's called Captain America because he hasn't
won the suit in a while.
He hasn't been in a while. Yeah. But yeah, it's number 24. This is a Hail Hydra tie-in.
Yeah.
Writer Nick Spencer with Donnie Cates, penciler Joe Bonet, inker Joe Pimentel. Yeah, color artist Matt Iacki. I like their little Twitter feed update, like recap. That's done well. So this one, and they do a little recap too in art-wise as well, like what's been going on in this book as well as what's going on with the Hydra stuff. He has a talk with his brother, like, hey, man, I'm thinking about giving it up. Should I give it up? And he's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. Like, it's what you want, And so now Misty's like, you know what? I don't care what you want. We need you to be Captain America. The world needs you. The United States needs you to be Captain America. We all need you to be Captain America. It's not about what you want anymore. It's about what we all need. And there's a kid too. There's a kid too that became the Patriot. He took on the mantle of the Patriot because of what happened to Rage. And he's like, oh, you inspired me, but you didn't inspire me you inspired me in a bad way. Like, I had to do this because you ditched us. And because Rage had the balls to do what you did not. Because Rage, the difference, he's like, what was great about Rage is that Rage just didn't give a damn what anybody thought about him. He just did what he did, and he was him no matter what. And he's like, that's what you need to do. And he's like, man, I don't know if I should do what I want to do or do what I need to do. And, of course, he ends up doing the right thing in the end, which is cool. But and it really made me think about my own personal journey, too, in life and go, should I do this because I don't like giving up, so I don't want to not keep going for this thing, but at the same time, like, should I do it anyways? I'm like, but people don't need me to do it, but they kind of do, because numbers wise, they do need me, so maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, or hey, it could be just hey, I'll try it out and whatever, and if So yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it went. It was great for me in multiple ways. Okay. So, yeah, and art was really solid. So strong buy. Contender. Nice. Yeah. Here's digital code: E for Elon, K for Katana, J for Joker, S for Soups, C for chain, H for a hotel, W for Wilson, H for a hotel, 2, U for Ultron, 3, and P for Pietro. I was all jacked up on that.
Yeah, that was a way out of nowhere, man. Can't see too much. Pot calling the kettle black.
Batman, All-Star Batman number 12. Now, $4.99. The First Ally Part 3 with Scott Schneider as script, Rafael Albuquerque as pencils, inks, cover, and variant cover. Jordi Belair as colors. So Batman's messed up. Like, he's missing like a portion of his mask. It's crazy to see him that way. Even what's his name? Tiger Shark's messed up. He's talking to him, and he's like it's just weird, and it's it's kind of confusing, like how he explains things. Like, he's like, hey, he has these missiles on this ship, and these missiles they will hone in on you based off of volume. So, like, if you're talking or whatever, so you can, like, hey, my enemy is in this general vicinity, hone in on their audio. So he's like, all right, Penny One, I want you to scream as loud as you can. And so to get this ship to, like, have the torpedoes carry the ship out of the water because they're drowning, and so he can save his people. Yeah, it's crazy. And then, of course, he has like some crazy dream, and it goes back to the past where this guy is recruiting him for MI5. Oh. Actually, it's like an even more deep cover, like this night thing that he was talking about, and then how he's actually got set up for this thing that he was stealing. And then, of course, there's that the backstory of him in the Mafia, the Killers in Law Part 3, which is just Rafael Albuquerque and Rafael Scabones writers, Sebastian Fuimara as artist. And so pretty much now Batman's actually suiting up and doing stuff, but he gets found out. So they're on to Batman, and they're also on to his alias as the Russian guy. So now it's like, okay, what is he going to do next? So
I'll have to pick up the next arc That's why I haven't picked it up this week because I've been missing a few issues.
Yeah, it's solid. It's solid. It's good stuff. Strong buy. Not quite contender.
Okay.
It was like there's something slightly missing about it. Like I said, it was just a little. I don't know.
Next up, you have some Victor Von Doom
with Infamous Iron Man #10. It's Brian Michael Bendis as the writer, Alex Maleev as the artist, Matt Hollingsworth as color artist. And so this one is a flashback to him as a boy, his mom teaching him magic. And it's through a sacrifice, through of a rabbit, and he won't kill the rabbit. So she's like, you're a
weakling.
Yes, you're a coward. And then it goes to current time where she saved him from S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff. And then so what's her name? Sharon Carter's like, hey, Thing, you need to take him down because we have another wrecked helicarrier. I feel like they're wrecking them. All is getting wrecked. Yeah, it is a horrible. You guys need to come up with some more durable stuff. And then
put some vibranium plating on it.
His mom is teaching him some more magic. He's getting the armor on, and then he meets with the Thing again. And he's like, you need to get out of here, man. Yeah. I'm
going to clobber you? Is that what he's going to say? Is it clobbering time?
No. Well, I mean, it probably would be. But he's telling the Thing that he needs to get out of there.
Oh. He's going to tell the Thing it's clobbering time.
No, because he's not trying to fight him.
That's right. Because if the Thing hits him, he's going to whoop his ass. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be.
I don't know. I think it's just more fear of what's his name, of his mom messing him up again. Because remember, she peeled the rocks off of him last time or something. Yeah, it was kind of gross looking. So yeah, really solid. I like it. I don't know though. There was something about it that was just it didn't really.
He was missing something
going anywhere too much.
Oh, it's filler. Okay.
Well, not that so much. It was just it didn't really...
It was slow story?
Yeah. So, okay. I don't know.
So, it didn't progress as well as you thought it would.
So, I think it's a strong buy.
Just not a contender?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Check out the digital code. Here it is. Let us know what you think. Give him some argument. Tell him why you think it should be a contender. So, V for Victor. B for Ben. 4. W is in Wesker. 3. V for Victor. 4. I for Infamous. S for Susan, S for Storm, T for Thing, and W for Wesker. Flash.
The Flash.
Number 27?
Yes, sir.
And this is the conclusion to the Running Scared, and written by Joshua Williamson. Paul Pelletier and Howard Porter did the pencils. Andrew Hennessy and Howard Porter did the inks. And, of course, Hi-Fi did the colors. And Steve Wands does the letters, like always. And I think the lettering has some great stuff in this, too. I mean, just for that title card.
Oh, yeah, for sure. This is one that, and you probably know me. I love it when they do stuff like this because it's really... I don't know. I don't know about you, but I've really felt for Eobard Thawne by the end of this.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. You empathize with the villain.
Yes, because all it is the whole time he's just there's narration, like you said in the lettering.
Be my friend.
Where he's all he wanted to do, it was his dream to
meet the Flash,
and
to have his adoration become his sidekick. You know?
He wanted to be Flash's sidekick, not the other way around. That's all he wanted. And so, and that's the thing is he's ruining his life because it's the only way that he can make him a part of his life. And that's really demented. But it's even more sad.
It is sadistic.
It is. And even
Barry is just whooping up on him.
Because, so he's the negative Flash now.
Yeah.
And he's whooping on him. And they're going through all these different timelines and stuff like that. And it's really great and really cool and really neat. And he even says, too, he's like, you're so pathetic. That you went through all this trouble for me to be in your life. You ruined my life just to be part of mine, because I'm not your best friend, and
Flash takes his speed.
He takes his speed, and then he's like, I'm just gonna get it back.
Yeah,
I'll do whatever I can. Like, I'm gonna keep on coming back
and
over and over and over and over.
And
so Iris does something that I don't know. I think he was going to do, but she didn't want him to have to do.
Yeah, that burden on Barry.
But they are also now have a broken relationship.
Yeah.
So it yeah.
And Barry still has some negative speed force, and he still has some secrets that he has yet to tell Iris. And they're kind of separated at this point in time, and Barry goes back to the lab.
But Wally is doing better now.
Oh, yeah, Wally is healing. But, Barry goes back to the lab and has a pity party, I guess, or is in sorrow or whatever. So
what's the word?
It's strong by, man. It's Contender. It's a great issue. I like this conclusion. I like what they did with Eobard Thawne and how they resolved that issue for the time being, of course.
I mean, you still hate him, but you feel a little for him.
Empathize for him.
Yeah. And I will say this, too, is that the art, because there are multiple artists on this. Yes, there is. It's not the main artist doing this, is it? No, it's not, because usually it's Carmine Di Giandomenico, which it looks like his art at the end, but it isn't.
No.
And at times it looks like his art.
It's a great emulation. I like the art.
But it works because they're going through the time hopping.
Yeah.
So you can differentiate like the current stuff to the other stuff. So it works. Strong by Contender.
Yeah. And that's our commercial time.
Yes, it's time for a commercial break, and we are going to be talking about
Gamers Anonymous.
Yes, which is located off of
Wyoming Constitution.
Wyoming and
Constitution.
Candelaria, I think it's near there.
That's Constitution.
So yeah, it's 1512 C Wyoming Boulevard Northeast in Albuquerque, New Mexico, 87112. And you can call them at 505-332-0717 or go to their website at garetro.com.
And tell them that we sent you. Yeah.
So
John would be happy about that.
They are open most hours 10 to 8 p.m. So most days. I think there's just one day that's not how it is. And it's great because John,
he's got the adopt a cat.
He has the adopt a cat thing, and so he has a cat video on the site for a cat named Sandy. He does it through like the Animal Humane Society,
something like that.
And so he fosters a cat in his store so that if you go, and connect with the cat, then you can $25. A phone call, it's like 5-10 minutes. Easy phone call, they just ask you some important questions,
like where you're,
and then boom, you can give them cash or whatever, and
there's a cat.
Take the cat. And that's it. I did that, and we have this wonderful cat named Tiny Rick.
Tiny Rick!
Yeah.
Tiny Rick in the house!
And, so they have awesome stuff. They have they have a Pikachu Nintendo right now. They have
you mean a 64?
Yeah, 64. What did I say?
A Nintendo. That's just the brand.
Nintendo 64, yeah. And all kinds of stuff. They had a Splatoon thing going on. Recently, a Splatooners event, and I don't know if they're going to keep it going, but yeah, I know they have. I don't know if they still have copies. That's why you might want to call or hit them up on Facebook and see. No, the wife actually did not want to travel all the way to the east side to get it, and so she just got it from another store that we will not speak of.
Okay, the evil place.
Yeah. Which
is abundant around here, unfortunately.
It's convenient.
There's two that are real close by.
So, because we did call we called Super Gamers Anonymous, and they did not have any Splatoon 2.
They're sold out?
No, I don't think they got any.
What?
And that's what's kind of confusing is that they're separate now. So, like when I hear that Gamers Anonymous got it, I assume that
Super Gamers
Anonymous also got it.
No,
that's not the case.
So
it's kind of a confusing situation. But yeah, they're always getting retro consoles in, which they did recently. They have the awesome 5-star awards program, which is phenomenal. So it's just good stuff. Join their community group. They do giveaways on in there as well as other places.
I've gotten links. I think it was Link's Awakening from John.
Oh, cool.
And that was on DS. So, yeah.
Right on. Sweetness. All right, cool. Let's get back to some books. With Thanos, number 9.
Before we get into Thanos, number 9, have you been hearing any more about the Infinity stuff?
No.
Okay. Evidently, the reason he doesn't have armor in the Infinity War, because why the hell does he need armor when he's got the Infinity Gauntlet? So aesthetically, they made him look like a pimp and badass because he's got that Infinity Gauntlet.
So he's just shirtless. He's just naked the whole time.
I don't know. He's probably got some.
He's gonna be like a gladiator.
No armor.
He's just completely
just
nude.
No armor.
You know, I wonder if the wrinkly chin matches the wrinkly
the butt.
You know, if he's gonna be fighting naked gladiator style.
Yeah, we'll see.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
We'll check it out once they finish the CG and put it in the Thor Ragnarok as a trailer.
No, I mean we've seen what he's wearing so far, and it looks pretty hardcore.
That's armor. That's right, but he's not wearing that armor
in Infinity War. Okay.
But we'll definitely see at the end, you know, when they release the trailer officially.
Okay, cool.
So yeah. Anyway, sorry.
On to Thanos, number 9.
Jeff Lemire is the writer. Herman Peralta is the artist. Rachel Rosenberg is the color artist. And, of course, the great and awesome Clayton Cowles is the letterer. There we go.
So, yeah, there's they're like they're talking to these witches or these.
They're like the Three Fates. I mean,
yeah, they're like the Three Fates. Yeah,
let's call it like it is.
And it's funny because Skyfox tries to use his powers of influence on them, and they get very upset, and they make him pay for it, and they're like, "Yeah, do that again, and we'll
smite you.
Yeah, you're done. You can't mess with us."
And then Phoenix Thane and Death, is that Lady Death?
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting.
How he is on this hell path to go kill Thanos. He's like, I'm gonna go find him. I'm gonna go kill him.
I'm gonna kill Daddy.
And there's this other guy, Trico, champion of the universe. He's bored, and so is Nebula. So they kill time.
Yeah.
That was a surprising turn of events. But yeah, and so Thanos gets to the bottom of this. Okay, what do I have to do to get my power back? And he finds out, and he's like, okay, they have to go through this trial, and some people pass and some people don't. And so he jumps into this quarry and begins the trial.
And then Thane has the helmet of Thanos.
Yes, he does.
And he looks pretty cool, hardcore with that Phoenix.
He does
Force.
Look pretty cool. It's pretty cool too. Jeff Lemire talks about the secret origin of the God Quarry, which is something that his son made up while making like a sand pit, you know. And yeah.
Hey Daddy, this is a God Quarry. This is about how it.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. It's really interesting. And I never saw Nebula as like a sexual character. I never saw it in that way until now. Even though it's weird because you think I would just because
it's Kieran Gillen.
It's Kieran Gillen as Nebula. So you think I would just because she was
attractive.
Amy Pond, yeah. Yes. So
yeah.
Strong by contender.
Is this your guy?
Okay. F for Famicom, C for Cambodia, M for Mecca, E for Evangelion, 3-8, E for Evangelion, H for Hamlet, 2, Y for Yellow, M for Mecca, N for Nova.
Next up, we have Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. That's our yeah. Anyway, Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps, number 25.
Yes.
Alrighty, it is written by. Oh crap! This thing is so small.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Written by Robert Venditti.
I warned her before, though. I told her, and she was still surprised.
Written by Robert Venditti. Ethan Van Shriver is the artist. Jason Wright is the colorist. Letters done by Dave Shirt.
Okay, so we have this, like, it's not quite an all-out war, but
it's a skirmish.
It's a skirmish. Very good. Well put. So they're like, yeah, someone branded Kyle. Who was this? And they're like, someone's got to stand for this. And it's funny. They're like, oh, yeah, well,
your dude killed our guy.
Saranic, she joined us in this. So who was it? Oh, it was me.
Yeah.
It was
me.
It was Saranic. Saranic Sinestro.
Yeah, I did it. And I will be so forth known as.
And then they're like,
Sinestro.
what? And she's like, yeah, you know what? I'm taking back. We're gonna go back to our old ways.
We're gonna kill you.
She's like, we did something great. You know, I did something great with the yellow Sinestro Corps. So we're gonna go back to that. And so it turns into a fight and stuff. And it's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool.
Stewart outwits him, man.
He does. He planned ahead for something like this. He depowers their
rings.
Their lantern, their rings.
He makes it where the green cannot be affected by their yellow.
Yeah.
Much like the yellow can't be affected by the green.
And he's like, GTFO.
Yep.
All right, if this is how you want it to be, then leave. And so
I like
that's how
John
it goes.
is taking the leadership role.
And Hal speaks for Tomar too, which I kind of didn't like that. I mean, I was kind of like, no.
He's a murderer.
Yeah, you don't get to,
He's a murderer. You don't get to speak for him.
Yeah, so and then
he accepts his punishment.
And then you see this cliffhanger ending, which was pretty awesome. And so I want to see where that goes as well.
And we see the oath being said by the Sinestro Corps and the Green Lantern Corps a couple of different times in this. And that's just a great scene. I mean, both times is great.
For sure. It never loses its...
It never loses its value.
Yeah.
Strong buy. It's a contender.
Great cliffhanger ending too, I think. So, yeah, for sure.
All right. Anyway. Next up, you got some blue. Some X-Men blue.
Yes. Number 8. Writer Colin Bunn, artist Corey Smith and Joey Vasquez, inker Terry Pallett, colorist Matt Mia.
Mamma mia!
So at the end of the last battle, Jean Grey, Jimmy Hudson, they're the only ones left, and because she masked them psychically so that they wouldn't know that they were alive, made them think like they were dead, and it's pretty gruesome. Actually, he's still healing, but he looks so cool in the yellow and brown suit. And then the Blackbird goes to get them because the Blackbird, for some reason, is like sentient. It's weird. And then you see the interrogation continues of Emma Frost with Cyclops, and she wants him, and she wants to mold him in her own way. And then the other crew, they're separate, and they're like, oh, hey Beast, don't you have any magic that you could do and stuff? And he's like, no, they blocked that too. But he's like, I'm coming up with the most messed up stuff to do, to Emma Frost when we get out of here. And then there's some stuff with Havoc. There's some stuff with Magnus, and you see that stuff as well. And the Blackbird reveals itself, which is really awesome.
Is that freaking Warlock or
no?
Okay.
And then somebody else reveals themselves at the end. Nice. So it becomes this epic battle.
Dude, that's awesome.
at the base. So,
question.
Despite the fact that,
how is this a Secret Empire tie-in?
Only because the results, because of the Hydra thing, they have their own state, which is California, but they called it something else.
So it's only about the location, the setting of it. It has no larger.
But it possibly could have gone on without it. Which is why it's so great. That's why it's so great.
That's why I didn't pick it up.
Right, and that's why I had already ordered it through Twins.
I've been avoiding this Secret Empire
even though it did say that it wasn't Secret Empire thing. I was like, well, it's a solid title. So hopefully...
Oh, yeah, it's a great title, but...
yeah.
I just don't like this event, and I don't want any part of it. None.
I really appreciate that you're standing your ground.
Yep.
I respect that. But...
I see that moniker, I'm like, nope.
This issue,
I missed out.
And this arc, strong buy contender for sure.
totally missed out. So I might steal this digital code if nobody steals it here. So, ooh, yeah. And what I'll do is I'll watch the video again. All right, so we got 9. T for Tomahawk, C for Charlie, G for Gary, W for William, number 1, L for Lima, the number 2, K for Kevin, G for Gary, X for X-ray, and P for Peter. Yeah, it is some names that time.
All right, cool. Now it's Batman Beyond.
Number 10.
Yes, it's $3.99. It does have a digital code.
Dan Jurgens is the writer. Bernard Chang is the artist. Which, dude, this art was spot on for the story arc. Marcelo Maiolo is the color artist. And Travis Lanham is the letterer.
So this one is a lot about
Damian,
yes.
Or the new Demon's Head.
The new Demon's Head, yes. And just like the flashback to that in him as Robin and stuff, and he's messing up.
He's beating Terry up.
But he also wants to beat him the right way too. He's down. I'm gonna beat him, I'm
gonna beat him at his strongest because, well, I can whoop his tail.
Yeah, exactly. And the suit, he's kind of giving into the suit.
And then the Goliath comes in.
Oh yeah, that was freaking crazy and also sad and kind of messed up. And I was like, man, it's especially because if you've seen him in the other series, you've come to love him. And it's he's gonna defend him because they're like best buds.
Yeah.
It's his pet. And so you just get like the full backstory on how and why, what happened, why he's with Ra's al Ghul and everything like that.
And he keeps saying Batman abandoned him and stuff, and
that Bruce abandoned him. Yes, that's what he's just heard about it, and he's like, you would have found a way if it really mattered.
You just gave up.
And it's crazy because Terry won't give up too. Yeah. That's the thing is Terry is not giving up.
He finally puts the screws to it.
Yeah. The bigger they are,
he puts his ass kicking boots on.
And so I can't wait to see the next issue, but I'm still it still is what it is, which they've said. Damian is better. He is the better fighter. And they even say it. Bruce says this, I didn't imagine him ever getting better, but he has. And so Batman keeps on going oh, it's my fault, and it's the suit's fault that drove him crazy. You. And Damian the whole time is like, no, this is your fault because
you abandoned me.
Yeah. And you didn't come for me. So, and I did come back, and you were with Terry. You'd replaced me. Mm-hmm. So, F you. F you, father.
Good poppy.
So, yeah. Strong by
Contender.
It's amazing. It's fantastic.
This has been a straight title the entire time.
Phenomenal. It just keeps getting better, and it's surprising. DC for Detective Comics, 617. L for Loop. Q for Quilt. W for Win. N for No. Q for Quilt, 7. H for Hotel, 1.
Next up, we have Weapon X numero 6. It is written by Greg Pak, Mark Borstel, and Abraham Roberson did the art, and Frank say it.
Armata?
Yeah. Armata is the colorist. And Joe Caramanga did the letters.
This is another one, man. It picks up almost exactly where it left off.
Yeah.
They are charging through that thing, and they're like, don't report us, and we won't kill you. So they charge through it, and they each have their plans,
divide and conquer.
Gonna take who. And
a lot of these the robots kind of go after them. Pretty weird.
Yeah, these cyborgs, or they're mindless. So they are robots at this point. But these
have
are the
Domino's powers.
These are the ones that have Domino's powers. So Logan and Sabretooth are messing each other up because
they got the luck.
Yeah, they got the luck, and they're using their acrobatics and stuff like that with them. But it was great because she even knows the weakness of her own powers, so she's able to overcome them.
Yep. And then we have H Beta and H Alpha brewing, and there's only a few minutes left for them to.
Yes, there is this time.
Incubating.
Yeah, and it's ticking, and it's crazy. I kind of wish they would have had like a timer, not in each panel, but like in each, like when there was a skip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that there was more. Like, you definitely knew that the time was coming, but I think would have made it more.
If they had, like, something built suspense.
Urgent. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, suspense would have built more suspense.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, jerk.
But they even send the messed up, like, failed.
It's not failed.
Hulk mutants.
That's
after
beta.
them. No, they send the failed. They send the failed ones.
Yeah,
after
they send
them.
the failed one, but they bring out beta, man.
They do at the very end.
Which means Alpha's going to be
Which is
next.
really cool, though. I really like this because
it looks like Hulk 2099 and Wolverine had a baby.
Yeah. But I like this because what's his name? Hulk is losing it. Amadeus, because he's like, oh, you guys purposely put the switch on me so that when I was distracted, you could go kill Stryker when I said no killing. And I'm like, oh, stop with you're so stupid. I'm like,
if you
so
kill
naive.
them, they're done.
Like, yeah.
You don't have to worry about this crap again. You leave them alive.
That's what I love about, like, the Logans and, like, is that, like, they are willing to do that.
What it takes to get the job done.
And, like, deal with these people so that you don't have to deal with them ever again. So,
Strong by. It's a contender, man.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
I can't wait for the next one.
Me
It's
neither.
like...
This Weapons of Mutant Destruction is amazing.
Yes.
Alrighty. So here's the digital code. Tell us what you think, and give us some kudos on this, because, I mean, we're loving this series. We're loving this series.
Yes, absolutely.
All right. U for Umbrella. S for Serpent. P for Pietro. Number 24747. X for X-Men. 887. Wow. That's a lot.
Now it's Teen Titans number 10.
Teen Titans. Written by Benjamin Percy. Phil Hester did the breakdowns. Okay, that's new for me. Kahoy Fam did the pencils on certain pages. Pop Mon did the pencils and inks on other pages. Trevor Scott did the inks and colors by Jim
Charlene Perez.
So we get Black Manta going on here, and he's beating up this chick.
He's beating up his ex. Yes, it is Jackson's father, which is Aqualad, the newest Aqualad.
Yeah. And
so he's about to.
I am your father.
Yeah,
we get that, man. It's so awesome.
Yeah, it was great. And so he's like, okay, fine.
If we even get to know,
if you save my mom's life, I'll go with you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so then she shows up on the doorstep of the Teen Titans, and even Starfire and Beast Boy are like, oh, hey, like, where is Jackson? Like, he hasn't come back.
Yeah.
And it's great because Beast Boy's like, you should be the leader. You're the one that has the most experience
oldest.
and you're oldest and everything like that.
But you're not the sexiest.
That's a lie.
I mean, that's what he says.
Maury Povich has discovered that is a lie.
But that's what he says. He says that he thinks he's the sexiest.
He also goes back on that, I think, later on in the book. But yeah, so there is something, though, that Jackson has, which is a map to this.
To the Black Pearl.
Yes, this artifact that gives him aquatic control. So, which I thought, like, it was just like, oh, it's just control over the ocean like Mira.
Yeah.
So I thought that's what, and maybe that will turn out what it's be like. Maybe that lady was just a Zebellian that was very good with the aquatic powers, right? Mm-hmm. That could be the result of this. But yeah, so they go together and they're kind of like, it's kind of like a father-son fishing trip. But they hate each other,
It's a daddy-son treasure
hunt. So
hunt.
they're gonna go help him. They're gonna go find him, right?
Yeah, because it's a crackhead.
We'll see how that goes. I love this issue. I love how there's character development. This is so great. My favorite part, though, was when Starfire took control And
so Damien, go do this.
Put Damien in his place, like, oh, you're this, and she's like, you know what? You're so vain, and you're so, this, and so.
I got a plan.
Like, I get it. You're part of this family where you can't be weak, and then you can't second guess yourself. He's like, but I'm telling you, do this, and
he does it.
Everyone just goes and does their jobs.
Yeah.
Like I'm so glad that she's got into this leadership role.
I'm glad that she's stepping into it.
Yes.
I mean, granted, it's still not permanent yet. Maybe we'll see that permanent out of this after the end of this arc, because we'll see how she does well in command.
Right, and then she goes, you know what? Wally's back. Too.
Go get Wally.
Because that was like a Robin decision.
Yeah.
So what
do you think of Raven's little black hair here and the little pinkish stuff on the side? I mean, like, it's kind of weird looking.
I like it. I like her.
I mean, I like Raven, but it was just kind of weird looking.
I like her when, like, she's not wearing the cape.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I like it, but I like it because they don't show it much. You know what I mean? Like, it's just, I don't know.
Strong by contender.
I just love Teen Titans Go.
Teen Titans.
So I just love her character in Teen Titans Go. But I also love Starfire too in Teen Titans Go as well. And it's so fantastic because, like, my wife does what she does, which is, like, she just puts the in front of things to make it sound alien. Like, I am the happy today, or I'm like, I need to take the showers. Like, and it's like, it's adorable and it's funny, and I'm like, so I love it too, because then it puts me in that Robin Dick Grayson place and the wife in that Starfire place, you know what I mean? And it's
the chemistry there.
Yeah. Anyways, this is Strong by Contender, and here's the digital code. DC for Detective Comics 417, S for Frank, S for Saiyan, K for Kill, S for Saiyan, W for Wesker, 9, P for Pal, and B for Bones.
Okay, one other thing about this issue, Kaldar, or Jackson, whatever you want to call him, he flat out says he's gay. I mean, flat out.
Well, they showed it before.
I mean, but he tells his dad that.
He tells his dad. And his dad's like, whatever.
Okay. But I mean, flat out. I mean, that was a big surprise to me. It's like, okay, wow, you're telling your dad this stuff?
Well,
okay, well.
He already hates him.
Yeah, sure. I like, my favorite subject is math. And
yeah. That was. It was
good. It was a good monologue.
Anyways, moving on. Did you get Go-Go Power Rangers?
Unfortunately, I did not.
So yeah, I picked up Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers. By number 1. This is a new. It is through Boom Studios, but it's written by Ryan Parrott, illustrated by Dan Mora, colored by Raul Angulo. And so this one is actually more towards the beginning of the Power Rangers. This is like the first time they fought Goldar and Zorded up and everything. It takes place like pretty much after that, like the end of that fight.
The end of the first episode.
And so it goes into each character. But it also, this is something that I don't like about it though, it modernizes it. So it introduces, it's no longer in the 80s. I mean in the 90s. It is current time, there's cell phones and all that stuff. And so I don't like that so much. There's not like so much of this bullying stuff going on. Like in fact, like the Jock is like defending him from the Bulk and Skull bullies, and other stuff. But they do go more in depth where like the way that Rita, because it was actually this astronaut uncovered her and let her out, and then she interrogates them to get more information about humans.
Finally.
So that's how she knows about humans. She interrogates them, and so and then it just goes more into their personal stuff, and it's just a deeper thing. They take on like this army of. They go to the planet to recover them. And so she apparently, like, her base it changes like a maze.
Like a labyrinth.
Like, yes, it's freaking cool. So it's like, whoa, how are they going to get out of this? It's really awesome.
Find out next time on Saban's Go-Go Power Rangers.
Go-Go Power Rangers. Okay. So, yeah. What do I give this?
Dude, with the exception of the setting change, I like how they freaking go through and actually address the 2 astronauts, because it was never addressed in either Super Sentai number whatever, the Dino Rangers and the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It was never addressed.
Yeah, they just jump into the other comic series starts after Tommy goes good.
Yeah.
So
after the Green with Evil arc.
Yeah. So
I think you give it a strong buy.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah, it was solid. It looks great too. It works. Like I said, the setting bug irks me a little bit. So yeah, strong buy though.
Last but not least, we have the Man of Ice.
Iceman X. No, it's just Iceman. Number 3. Sina Grace is the writer. Alessandro Vitti is the artist. Rochelle Rosenberg, colorist. Which actually I found out through the Women of Marvel podcast that Sina Grace and I think the other writer for Gen X, they've been with the company for a long time, and now they're just finally like trying their hand at writing.
Nice.
So it's really cool. Anyways.
So we got Bobby at his home, talking with his mom. He's going to eat dinner.
He wants to have the coming out talk to his parents, but it's already really tense just because of the way things have been going lately. And his dad is really being a curmudgeon about just the regular stuff. And he's like, all right, fine. He's like, oh, can we not talk about mutant stuff? And he's like, I'm a mutant. That's my life. Like, what do you want me to talk about? I don't have a normal life. And they're like, well, we just want you to have something like with benefits and stuff like that. Like, why can't you have a retirement? And, like you're risking your life. You should at least get these things. And he's like, I was like, that is a very good point. But these saviors show up to the house and attack his family.
Yep.
And so, once again, he gives himself up and he's like, I could have killed you guys as soon as I knew you were here, but I've been holding back this whole time. And so he just unleashes on them.
He throws a temper tantrum.
And he unleashes on them, and it is epic, and it is awesome. And it's great, too, like how even his dad, like, comes through for him, sort of. And he's just like, and it's great, like, even his dad has a moment, too, where he's, like, talking to the guy that's holding him hostage, like, oh, you misconstrue religion just like this nun that used to beat us back in the day, or whatever. And so that was great. Like, that was just great too. Like, I think that's really awesome and interesting how like people have different viewpoints of religion and how people go through with their life based off of how they see it, like, oh, I'm justified in killing people because of what it says in this. And other people are like, you're not, like, this person wasn't okay to be beating us, so why are you, like, okay to do killing people, like, you don't understand, like. And so it was just really great. And then of course Bobby has a talk with his mom, just like, I'm in this weird place right now because I'm dealing with a lot of stuff, and so maybe it's best that like we don't talk about this thing that I want to talk about right now, because I'm just, it seems like we're both not in the right place, so we'll come back at it later. And
he comes back with some friends to try and rebuild the house.
Yeah.
And they get off the hook.
It's weird, though, because the teaser for the next one is Daken.
The son of Wolverine.
But I thought he was dead. I thought he drowned.
I thought so too.
Wolverine drowned him.
I don't remember.
Anyways.
We'll see. Strong buy. Definitely contender.
Yeah, for sure. I love this book.
This title's amazing. Ladies, keep it up. If you can, give us a holler, because we'd love to sit down and talk with you, ask you a few questions and what you got planned for this, and give you the awesome praise that you should deserve of this title, because I'm sorry. This has pretty much been like one of our top books every time it comes out.
Don't be sorry. It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right, here's the code. Tell us what you think. F for freeze, Z for Zed, M for marshmallow, L for light, A for absolute, T for tomahawk, L for Larry, S for Sam, I for India, L for Larry, number 1, and Z for 0. That was all over the place, dude.
That's it. It is time for the back and bag of the week as well as runner-up. So Yes, I knew from the beginning. I read this book, and I was going to tell you too. I knew right away that this was going to be my B-Bow. But we'll cover runner-ups first.
My runner-up. Wow, there's so many good ones to choose from this week, man.
There really is. There really is a lot of really great books.
I think I'm going to go with my runner-up as Teen Titans #10 because the issue was great for me. I enjoyed the ever-loving crap out of it. Special mention to the Flash number 25, 26, Flash 25, 26,
27.
27, because that was also an amazing issue. But I think I'm going to have to concur with you. That Iceman was beaten. It was awesome, man. That Iceman is always great.
So, yeah. So, Iceman, B-Bow. Like, when I read it, I knew. And so, here's the thing. Like, and that's what I think that a lot of people don't understand in comics. And that's why, I don't know, maybe this is just me. And this doesn't have to be every comic. But I care more about, especially where it's just about one character. And it's not like, especially like a smaller character like this. They don't have to be doing huge things.
No.
Like, I understand your Batman book he's doing big things, or your Superman book doing big things, your Captain America doing big things, your
Nightwing, your Iceman. It can be self-contained. It can be this small story because they're great.
Yes, and you can focus on that character development. You can focus on the relationships, and you can focus on like these smaller things. And that's the thing is like, I don't care that this story really isn't going anywhere as far as like his X-Men life, like it's just his personal life.
Yeah.
And there's other X books, and I think there's other X books with him in it even.
I think like Gold has him in it.
Hey, that's fine. He's in that, so he's doing
he's not
that
in Gold.
Yeah, and I'm like wondering where he is. I'm trying to
here
remember.
He is.
No, but
he's here.
I mean, he does stuff with Kitty. But anyways, so it's just character development, character growth.
Yep.
And just all of that. Like I honestly was like, oh man, when I first got this first issue, I was like, I don't know if I want to get into this.
And we both did.
Sold instantly, and it just keeps getting better and better and better. And it feels very real. I think it's just that's what it is. It just feels real. Like that talk it was so tense. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, it just felt so real. And it was great, though, too, when those people attacked and he unleashed on them.
Unleash hell.
As well as, like I said, the way people see religion and how they take it.
How zealots.
Even the same thing. Like, his dad probably has this idea in his head, like, oh, yeah, mutants are bad. And, we don't know about the other thing, though, that he's wrestling with now.
We don't know
because he might be okay with that,
but still not like the
not okay with the mutant.
Then again, he might, man, I thought I didn't like the mutant part, but now I don't.
It might be the opposite. Oh yeah, I thought I hated you being a mutant. This is worse. Like you being a mutant isn't a choice.
This is a choice.
Yeah. So we don't know, but I can't wait until we get there. It's crazy how like. That's something that we can't wait for. You know what I mean? Is that reveal and that confrontation and that we hope that's what it's leading up to,
Yeah.
So yeah, but oh man, this is a very, very tough week. Batman Beyond is so solid. X-Men Blue, Teen Titans. You know what?
Weapon X was awesome.
Even Hal Jordan. I think I'm gonna have to go with though X-Men Blue. Just because there were so many moments that were so great in this. Like I said, the young Cyclops with Emma Frost, that whole thing.
Is it like a Graduate thing?
The Beast. What?
Is it like the Graduate thing where she's trying to seduce, Mrs. Robinson trying to seduce you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And also Control with her mind powers. And then, like I said, I just love seeing James in the brown suit. But yeah, okay, so here's the big thing. Blackbird is Danger.
What?
Danger, yes.
Why does that sound familiar?
She was the Danger Room that became sentient.
Oh, okay.
In Astonishing X-Men run.
Okay.
Yeah. In what's his name's Joss Whedon's Astonishing X-Men run. Phenomenal. That if you have not that's one of the greatest.
It is amazing.
X-Men runs. And so she shows up, and then Polaris shows up at the very end. So that's another one. So I'm like, yes, like I love this. Like I haven't seen her in a while, and it's just so great, so fantastic. It's going so well. Like I said, the fact that it's doing this, it's a tie-in, but it's
Not
doesn't feel a tie-in.
Yeah.
Like it could still do it without it. So yeah. So your runner-up?
It was The Flash, and Teen Titans.
And T9s, and then
we both had Iceman as our B-Bow.
And then Iceman as Iceman number 3 as the B-Bow. Yeah. So that's it. There you have it. Tell us what yours is, as well as the codes and stuff like that. So yeah, hope you like those and appreciate those codes and those comics and stuff. That's what we wanted. Like me, that's my goal here with the Comicast, as well as Talk Nerdy to Me, is I want people to read comics, and I want people to learn from comics and read comics that help them grow. Like I said, just like the Iceman comic. Like, why do we love it? Because of the character growth in there. Yeah. Because, hey, you're covering real problems, the religious stuff, even recently, there's something in the news recently that relates to that community, And so these are real problems, and it's like, and same thing, like that's why I love Miss Marvel,
Champions,
yeah, these books that are really, really, I mean, even Teen Titans, so there's so many good things. X-Men Blue, I feel like, too, mutants, that's all these books, like I said, they can make you, there's good stuff out there. So yeah. And there's a lot of other stuff, though, that is coming from us. I just did a 3 a.m. reviews podcast with Tonebone. I want to do a games cast with Tony B.
You and I need to do some retro gaming here in the near future.
Yes, we do. And you still owe me an Until Dawn video.
Yeah.
Us, an Until Dawn video, right?
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody. The month's almost over. And then I'm probably going to have to get X-Men. I'm probably going to have to get Xbox Live Gold, though, for Firewatch, since I heard it's so great, so that I can do a video of that. Twitch, I'll have to Twitch it, though, since their video capture sucks. Suck, Xbox. For that. But anyways, so yeah. And I feel like the PlayStation Plus games have been so much better than the Xbox games, because I've been getting Xbox Live for the last Xbox Live Gold for the last few months, and they have been like they've been okay, but like I feel like both the games of the PlayStation Plus have been phenomenal games lately.
Give me just a moment here. I'll pull up what the month's PlayStation stuff Plus is for
coming up.
Yep.
For next month. So I also did a podcast with Slay J, Nerdy After Dark, and so look out for that one. That one, actually, I think I'm going to be posting that one today, the day that we were recording this. So which is Saturday. It's going to be posting that tonight. I should be posting it within 30 minutes, hopefully. And so yeah. And that's it for that. And of course, we're gonna try to do more stuff. Like me and what's the name talked about. We want to start doing a Japan crate with more Japanese snacks and stuff like that.
All right. So this month, starting August let's do the Xbox first. So Xbox One owners will be able to download Slime Rancher August 1st to the 31st. Trials Fusion August 16th through the September the 15th. And over on PlayStation. Plus, we're going to get Just Cause 3, Assassin's Creed, Freedom Cry, and on August 1st. So that's, wow. And, I don't know what the other games are for, like, PS3 or whatnot, but I don't see that Firewatch.
Yeah, maybe that was wrong.
Maybe it was. Well, it says Slime Rancher and Trials Fusion for this coming month.
All right, cool.
So we'll see. Maybe the Firewatch is for the Xbox 360.
Maybe. I thought that was a new game, though. So, yeah, that's it for us for now.
Yeah.
You know, you can check all of our stuff out at TNTM
TNTM
Show.
Show.
That's our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Tumblr. What else?
We have a Facebook community.
Yeah, join that.
Twitter.
Which is pretty great.
The tweets.
So...
And let me know what you think of the preview of that Rick and Morty comic I threw into the Facebook community, man. I mean, I rarely throw stuff in the Facebook community that large. That's, you know, but I figured at least ever give everybody a little preview of what I saw and what hints you may have. So tonight we're gonna get Dragon Ball Super episode 101
and Rick and Morty season 3 is coming up.
So tomorrow.
Yeah, Game of Thrones has been great so far.
Tomorrow,
two episodes has been phenomenal.
So we got a busy stuff.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, that's it for now. Keep your eyes hungry for
comics.